Well, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everyone. Thank you so much for being on this call and for watching the replay. We have an incredible opportunity today to learn from the master of network marketing. And I don't say this just because he's on the call, but truly, Eric Worre, you are the master. We absolutely adore you in Australia and in New Zealand. And I can tell you, we follow you constantly. We watch you. If Eric says, go this direction, we follow because we trust you so much. Thank you so much for the impact, Eric, that you've had in the world as well on network marketing. You've really helped so many of us have great success and continue to do so. Eric, this morning, I would love to ask you some questions on just a couple of things on, of course, the profession, but also what it takes to build a business. So, you're known for your statement that network marketing is better. Oh, Eric, sorry, you muted.
Before you get into questions, I just want to say hi. Hi, everybody. How you doing? I'm at our big studio, and we're in the middle of filming going to be one of the coolest training programs ever. Wait till you see it. It's so epic. I'll give you one little quick behind the scenes example. I'm talking about a hot market approach, how you effectively approach your friends and family. That's the next section I'm going to do as soon as I finish this. So we're using our big screens, as you can imagine. I'm dressed all in black. So it starts with like flowers, and it's like pink flowers, and it's just a beautiful setting. And I say, oh, isn't this going to be fun? Let's go talk to our friends and our family, and let's see what happens in our network marketing journey. And then it turns into flames, basically.
I love it.
So it's like, you're in a pit of fire trying to get through this. Have you ever feel like you burned out your warm market? Let me see it. Let me help you with this.
That's the real experience, right, Eric? The real experience.
Yeah. So anyway, we took a break. We got a crew of like 20 people in the next room that are doing all that stuff. But if you guys get up on a Saturday morning, I'm happy to talk to you on a Friday afternoon, even in the middle of all this stuff. But so many good things. I just want to congratulate you on being involved in network marketing. I want to congratulate you on being an entrepreneur. The fact that you're on this tells me a lot about you. That you're hungry, you're ambitious, you're coachable, you're willing to do what's necessary. And most of you maybe feel like there's more in you than you've even shown the world yet. You're just trying to figure out a way to unlock it. So happy to be here and chat with you and have a conversation about it. So anyway, I just want to say hi.
Thank you so much for that great start. Eric, you are known for the statement that network marketing is better. Mm-hmm. And oftentimes, as we journey as a consultant and we get all those, negative maybe comments, or we have challenges building our business and advancing from one to the next rank, we hear Eric Worre saying network marketing is better. Can you tell us, why is it better?
Well, you notice I don't say it's easy.
Yeah.
And I don't say it's simple, and I don't say anyone will do it. Anyone can, but not everyone will. It's misunderstood for sure, just like most professions. And even in this course that I'm creating, I did a 3-part series on it. First part was it's misunderstood and mischaracterized by some and judged by some because of stuff we do. We make irresponsible claims with the products. We make irresponsible claims with the financial opportunity. We paint this too good to be true picture. We set this expectation that it's fast and it's easy and it's simple and anybody can do it and the product sells itself, and none of that stuff's true. You know it. You got to work your butt off if you're going to be an entrepreneur. You really do. This is, people make claims about products. That's one characteristic that hurts us. People make claims about how easy and simple it is to grow a business. That hurts us. And then there's just a third group of people that just misunderstand what it is that we do. They say, only the people at the top make money, which is not true. You guys all know there's people, above somebody that's making less than the person below them. That happens all the time. inside of our compensation structures, not just the people at the top that make money. That's a complete misconception. That it's illegal, complete misconception. It does $200 billion a year. It's highly regulated. Bad actors get moved out, and good actors get rewarded over time. You guys, companies being publicly traded, how's that possible? If you're saying it's illegal, it doesn't even make any sense. They even like to say that people lose money, which is completely and totally wrong. You know how hard it is to lose money in network marketing? It's pretty hard. In the United States, it's $55,000 US to start a small business average in the United States. Okay, that's what it takes. Half of those fail in the first year. None of them can get a refund. Somebody spends $200,000 on a high-level college education, and they don't use their degree in their life, none of them get a refund. Here, if it doesn't work out, send your product back. What do you guys have? Like a 10% restocking fee or something? If somebody says, you know what, this wasn't for me, I want to send it back.
Nothing, Eric. Just return it.
Just return it. I mean, so tell me how somebody can lose money. Tell me. Plus, the only way you earn is if you help somebody. You can't take advantage of somebody inside of this business and win. You have to help people to win. So the misconceptions are what they are, and that's okay. It's fine. But here's the good news about it. It's the reason why they pay you so much money to build a team. Because if everybody in the world understood what they wouldn't need to pay you so much. So don't be mad at what is your advantage. Professionals help blind people see. That's what we do. So somebody's opinion, some people say perception is reality, which is complete and total nonsense. Perception is not reality. Reality is reality. So somebody's perception that this isn't legitimate or whatever, that becomes their reality, but it's not the truth about what it is that we do. Some people are going to misunderstand. Professionals help to paint an accurate picture to the world. So if we're responsible and we do what we need to do, everything will take care of itself. But we have to sort through enough people to get past the cynics or somebody who's had a family member who tried it for 15 seconds and told them that they did everything that they could, and and likes to tell the story that it doesn't work anymore. So look, here's what I would say to you and anybody else. Please, please, please show me something that the average person can do with a similar price of entry to what you have, with the upside that is available inside your company, the support that's available, the flexibility that's available, the fairness that's available, right? The leverage and scale that's available. Show me anything in the world. Please show me that you can start without any particular background or talent or skill. I'd love to see it. It doesn't exist anywhere in the world. Drive an Uber if you want. Can't build a team of Uber drivers. So we win. The only thing I would just tell you is we win. Reality wins. We don't need to hype it. We don't need to push it. We don't need to promote it. We just need to have more conversations with more people. We win.
Eric, what are people doing different today to build their business to what they did even before COVID, like even just 2-3 years ago?
Well, I've been talking all day, which means I'm going to be direct. Okay, is that okay?
Please do, yeah. Please do.
Will we be friends?
We will be friends. I've warned these leaders. I've warned them there's going to be no fluff. Yeah.
All right. Here's the truth. Prior to COVID, we were better off than we are now. And I'll tell you why. How many of you consider yourself strong? Just show of hands. Consider yourself a strong person. Most of you? What made you strong? Adversity, struggle, getting punched in the face, getting kicked in the gut, getting stabbed in the back, having everything fall apart, building it up again, right? That's what made you tough. Growing a business. And here's what happened when we went into the pandemic. Everybody went, well, we're stuck at home, so we're going to be in Zoom land. So all the top leaders started doing everything for every single person on the team. They did all the trainings, they did all the presentations. All it was superstar after superstar after superstar doing everything. Nobody had to do any presentations. Nobody drove to anybody else's house. Nobody had to deal with no-shows. Nobody had to sit down and have coffee. Nobody had to flex any of these muscles. So the leaders, it was all on them. It was superstar after superstar, and it worked for a little while. But then when the pandemic lifted, we had a bunch of weaklings that were kind of dependent and entitled. And, instead of getting punched in the face and they start crying, the wind blows in some of these people's faces and they start crying. It's like, it's so windy. It's like, shut up. You just grow up. This is so stupid. And it's true, right? Am I right or am I wrong?
Yeah.
And if a child is entitled, who's responsible? The parent. So if we have a team that is now entitled, who's responsible? Us as leaders.
Mm-hmm.
We need to bring them back out, get them connected, challenge them to do some presentations, get them into the coffee shop instead of their living room, get them off of pushing buttons and hoping for millions. We got to blend face-to-face with what we do with technology, all of those different things. And in addition to that, what's working is social media is working, more conversations is working, building skills is working. Events is the companies that are using events and leveraging events is what's working. Getting people to figure out the process of recruiting is working, for those that'll do it. So I would just challenge all of you. Some of you leaned into your leaders during the pandemic, and some of you got a little bit entitled. Your check went down a bit, and there's always something to blame. They changed the comp plan. They did this, they did that. The product changed this. There's always something to blame. But that's not the real reason. If you're not doing what you did to get where you are, maybe you need to go back to what you did to get where you are, or get back to where you were, and then go from there. Just grown-up talk. I'm like I said, I've been talking for 6 hours, so I'm like, I'm in whatever, I'm going to tell you the truth mode. All you guys need to toughen up. And all of you guys got to get really serious and put together a game plan. And the network marketing world and inside of your company, the highest commodity is a leader. The most valuable thing in the world is a leader, not an earner. Earners come and go. Earners are temporary. Leader, a real leader. A leader's permanent. A leader will pivot. A leader will find a way. A leader will communicate. A leader will do all kinds of things that earners will not do.
Can you give us a few steps of how these leaders on the call can get unstuck? Unstuck themselves, unstuck their teams? Because we're sort of finding in Australia and New Zealand, everything seems to have just plateaued in our business. So it's maintaining, but it's, if you're not growing in network marketing, I believe you are, your business is going backwards.
Sure.
We are just maintaining, which means down the track, it's going backwards. What do we do to get unstuck?
Well, it's funny. I have 4 different books in my head that I'm trying to write because, GoPro did well, sold 5 million copies. If I put out another one, it'd probably do pretty well. So I got 4 or 5 in my head. And I asked a bunch of people, I gave them some titles. Which one should I do first? And one of them was called How to Get Unstuck.
Yep.
They all wanted that one. So I started writing the book and I got stuck. Swear to God, it's a total true story. So I will tell you what I do, because I'm repivoting. I mean, I get excited about the pivot. Every entrepreneur typically has to pivot every 3 to 5 years. There's something radical changes and you got to pivot. And you got to totally reinvent everything. And it's hard and it's different. It's difficult and you're in the grind. I mean, you won't feel sorry for me, but I was supposed to be on a yacht this summer for 6 weeks, starting in Turkey, then Greece, then Italy, then France, then Spain. Right now, I'm supposed to be in freaking, I'm almost to Ibiza is where I was supposed to be. Canceled everything. Postponed. I'll go another time. But because I'm in the grind, man. I am grinding 12 hours a day. I am grinding. I am pushing my team. I am pushing everything. I'm reinventing everything. Wait till you see. If you see my social, you'll see that I'm on the grind. If you see what you're about to see happening in the month of August, you're going to see the grind like on another level. When you see what we do going into GoPro, you're going to see the grind, because guess what? It was time for a pivot, and some of you need to pivot. So what I will tell you, what I use to get unstuck is a project and a deadline and a campaign to get people excited about. So if it's just, go recruit more, I'm bored. If it's just go do this, go do that, I'm bored. I need a project, I need a deadline, I need a campaign in order to be able to promote it, right? So we'll talk about this in a second. I'm doing a 1-day recruiting challenge, August 26th, that I haven't even announced yet. I'm going to announce it on Monday. 1-day recruiting challenge, okay? 3 hours, ridiculous, stupid time of day for you. You're going to hate the time of day, but it's going to be worth it to do it at that time of day and be there live. It's going to be the most epic 3-hour event to teach people how to recruit on demand that you have ever seen in your life. Myself and the top recruiters in the world. Okay. So you got to, and we had to create custom software in order to be able to do all of this stuff and make it all happen, because we're doing it in the big studio. And we were testing everything, and everything broke yesterday. Everything broke. Nothing worked. It was an absolute freaking disaster. It was embarrassing. It was terrible. We're beta testing this with some of the top leaders and all this stuff. It's like, oh, it was a nightmare. Round the clock, we had people working. I had one guy working 5 straight days with 0 sleep. Okay. Committed, all in. Starting Monday, that's my project. Right now, my project is to finish this training course. This training course is going to blow your mind when it's released. Designed to help people get to the core rank in your company and help them get 10 recruits and get in the top 2% in recruiting. That's what that course is going to do. And it's freaking epic. It's better than anything I've ever created in my 35 years. It's unreal. So that's a project, right? That August 26th, I want to put a couple 100,000 people into August 26th, maybe 250,000 people into August 26th, and have the biggest recruiting blast on the end of August that's ever happened. Then my next project is GoPro, first week of December, and that's going to be the Super Bowl network marketing, right? So, and through this, I've kind of half written a book, and I'm like, oh boy, this could be a big one. So what I do, if you're stuck, pick a project, pick a deadline, be willing to be unreasonable, and then create a campaign to make it happen. Go hard. And if your team, if nobody else is going hard, if your team's just laying there, you need a new team. And you know what, you all have the capability of going and building a new team. You might not want to, you might be annoyed by that, but you can. Do not be seduced with the power and the retention of your product. Some of you are just absolutely develop some bad habits because your product is so sticky, and your income is predictable because of it. So You know what you need to do. You know how many new lines you need. You know the line that you look at it and you get kind of depressed looking at it because there's nothing in there. There's nobody that's going to drive it in that line. You know what I'm talking about. It's just like, I see nothing. I see dead people. I gotta find something here. So you can either keep trying to resuscitate the dead, or you just go start a new line. Some of you have teams that are so established that when you start a new line, you need to not introduce them to your old line, because the old line is going to infect them with all of their limiting beliefs. Keep them in a little cocoon over here, a little incubator that's protected from getting infected by other people on your team. No joke, for real. So anyway, long answer to a simple question. Create a project, create a deadline, put together a game plan, execute.
Love that, love that, love that. Do you want to tell us about this recruiting challenge, Eric, and how we can join?
Oh,
And
you guys,
it's going to be 2 a.m. for us, but we are in it. We are ready.
Yeah. Here's the thing. You got a link for them, right?
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
Yeah.
So here's what I'm doing. And I would just tell you, whoever gets the most people into this thing is going to win. We're charging $7 just because we want people to have some value to being there. $7 live from our studio at a stupid, ridiculous time of day for you. My apologies, but it'll be worth it. If you flew to Vegas and you attended this event in person, which you could do if you want to, you attended this event in person, your body be upside down, right? You've done it before, some of you. Your body be upside down. Well, guess what? You just get to be upside down at home. It's no big deal. So $7, 3 hours. You can add on and get like a VIP thing and have another 2 hour of Q&A with the best recruiters in the world. I will tell you, as leaders, I'm just going to make the assumption that you're all leaders. I would go all in and all out to get as many people from your team into this challenge as possible, because we purposely put it on the 26th of the month in order to have 5 days to close out August, to use it as a big, huge push, and then go into the golden time of network marketing. September, October, 2/3 of November is the golden time of network marketing as far as momentum and growth. So that's what we're doing. It's $7, and then if people want me to help them prepare for that, there's something that they can do there. If they want me to hold them accountable afterwards, there's something that they can do there. But I would also take you on the inside track. This training that I'm doing right now is going to be available there for the first time. And it's so good. I'm not kidding. It is so good. It's going to end up being, I've got like 40 of the lessons done. Lessons are 5-6 minutes. It is literally holding them by the hand, step by step, making sure they don't get overwhelmed, leading them to get to their core rank and get at least 10 recruits. And
amazing.
And that's it. That's
Brilliant.
the only 2 outcomes that I'm pushing to make them help them achieve, is those 2 outcomes. That's going to be released there. And we're going to do some stuff along with GoPro that's just going to make it awesome and amazing and spectacular. I think this is the biggest. Let me just share for 1 second. I've been working for the last couple of years with high ticket people to get personally coached. Okay. People spend $10,000 to spend a year with me, basically. And I would coach them. And what's crazy is what it takes to overwhelm a person is almost nothing. It's just stunning. These people paid 10 grand. And I give them this lesson, I give them this lesson, I give them this lesson, and they just freeze up. I'm like, why aren't you doing it? I don't know. I'm like, what is going on? So I came to the conclusion that take you behind my psyche on this. because I think it's really important. And I think network marketing, when it adopts this thought process, is going to change significantly. What we do is we bring people in and we set this bar of superstardom excellence that less than 1% will ever do. And everybody else feels bad that they didn't do it. So they just become a product user or whatever, or they try for a second and then they kind of fade. What I want to do is bring them in and literally step, relax, breathe, step. We're going to do this now. And now we're going to do this. Now I want you to become a raving fan of the product, and let's talk about how that's going to happen. I want you to create your product story. All right. I want you to find a place in your house that you're going to use as your business. I want you to set your hours that you're going to work. And let's talk about how we're going to do things in 15-minute chunks and what we're going to do. But here's the foundation of it all. This is not about skills for you right now. This is the big shift. I don't want you even thinking about skills. All I want you to do is turn your brain off, listen to instructions, follow the bouncing ball, and I want to show you how to connect your prospects to either someone who's skilled or a third-party resource. That's all I'm going to do. And I want to help you make that easy to do. And from that, we'll build some momentum. You'll build some confidence. We'll take the next step. And once you get into the top 2%, and all you have to do that is get 10 recruits, and you're in the top 2% of all network marketing. Once you get those 10 recruits and you get to core rank, then we're going to start teaching you skills. So don't get overwhelmed on all this stuff, this crazy lingo and everything else. So I'm super pumped about it, but I will tell you, let me tell you what I would do if I was you. I'd register for the $7 GoPro Recruiting Challenge. 2, I would get every single person on my team to register. $7, every single one. And you can do a group announcement or a group invite if you want, but I would individually go to every single person that I cared about at all and say, you have to be there. You have to be there. I'm staying on the phone until you click on it and you register. I'm staying here. I'm going to wait. Send me a screenshot that shows your confirmation. All right, cool. Go do this with your team. I'm going to keep going. And I would just load the boat. And it's going to start at like something like 2 a.m. or some nonsense number. Not a great time. I'm aware. But it's going to be life-changing. So I promise you, it'll be a little annoying, but it'll be worth it.
It's not going to be recorded. It's a live.
Nope.
So if you're not on it live, you're missing out, right? You're not going to get it.
No, it's going to be a global event. It's going to be flipping
I'm
epic.
not missing it. There's no way I'm missing
it. Listen, just trust me.
Yeah.
If you get up at 2 a.m. or whatever it is, and it wasn't worth it, you have the right to contact me wherever and say, I want my sleep back and I want my $7 back. And you owe me. I promise you it'll be worth it. And I love my sleep and I hate mornings. And 2 in the morning is not like a late night for me. It's like an early morning for me. It's not what I enjoy, but I promise you, you and your team would be worth it. Make it an event.
Yeah.
Make it a test. This is a test.
Okay.
The time of this event is a test to see who's ready to change their life. This is a change your life test. If you get up, then you're ready. If you don't, then we know.
Eric, in closing, we've got 2 minutes to go. Can you just share a couple of the things you have seen or the stories you've seen where network marketing has truly changed a person's life? When they've just come up against all sorts of issues in their own life, they've been desperate, and then they've just pushed against all their own beliefs, all their own, inadequacies, and just did it. And what has it done for them? I mean, you've seen thousands.
It's so endless. You've all heard most of these stories, right? I've ramped up my podcast lately. If you want to check it out, wherever you listen to podcasts.
I love your podcast.
Thank you.
I listen to it every week.
I've kicked it up. I've kicked it up big. If you ever heard of Patrick Bet David, anybody ever heard of him? He's a big influencer guy. Anyway, I'm doing a podcast with him on Tuesday. I'm excited about that. But and if you know anybody who's struggling with addiction, the one that I just did this last week, this guy has 97% success rate with addicts. 97%. He's just unbelievable. People would certainly benefit from it. But I did an interview last week that will just be a summary of what life change is. And what I will say is, if any of you are struggling right now, if any of you are dealing with difficulty, if any of you are dealing with hardship, if any of you are dealing with roadblocks, or serious stuff, it is happening for you, not to you. I promise. I promise. It's happening for you. I'm not going to say in every single case, of course. You know, there's some things that maybe aren't happening for you, terminal situations, whatever. But I'll tell you two quick stories of a lady that I did an interview with about 10 days ago. It hasn't been published yet, but she's a mom, 5 kids, raised these kids. And when the last one was 2 years old, she decided she wanted to get a job. So she got a job working in a dental office. And she was the mama of that dental office. She was kind of the work wife of the dentist. You know, they didn't have a relationship, you know what I mean? But she was his right-hand man. She solved all the right-hand woman. She solved all of the problems. She took care of everybody. She handled everything. And she did that for 16 years. Most she ever got paid was $60,000 after 16 years. And she got paid much less than that prior to that. And then the dentist got married. And guess who didn't like the fact that she was running the office? The new wife. So the new wife says, her or me, I don't like the way you guys talk to each other. You know, I don't like it. So out she went, right? Devastated. She's crying in our conversation about, you know, that was her whole identity. And she's $1 million a year earner now in network marketing, by the way. I said, what would have happened instead of not firing you? He just gave you a 5% raise forever. She said, I'd still be there for sure. What if he doubled your salary and made you gave you 150, 120 grand a year? Oh, I would have never left. So that situation happened for you, right? Not to you. Yep. So then her and her husband was in real estate. They start flipping houses, flipping houses, flipping houses. They're making money. They're doing pretty good. Things are going pretty well. The crisis hits 2008. And she tells the story of the police officer pulling up in front of the house, trying to find their place, and neighbors pointing to their house and come serve them papers on the 7 houses that they had under construction being flipped and getting served foreclosure notice and being totally embarrassed in front of her whole neighborhood. And she's crying again in our interview. She's crying again. I said, I'm like, why are you crying? You're making $1 million a year right now. She says, yes, but I still feel it like it was yesterday, you know, being totally embarrassed, having no money, nothing, zero. And then she got introduced to network marketing, and which was not a network marketing, it was a direct sales model at the time, and a little trade show. And she did this trade show and she started making a few bucks. And I said, you know, look, what if the crisis didn't happen? What if? Would you still be flipping houses, doing your little real estate stuff, you know, making whatever you're going to make? Probably. What's better, your life now or what it would have been then? Now. She had this gift of desperation. She was able to turn that opened her mind, where she would never looked at something in network marketing, ever, ever, ever. She would never lowered herself to go sell something at a trade show. Never. So I meet these people all the time. There's so many of them.
Yeah.
Thousands of them.
Such a great reminder, that, Eric.
Yeah. Yeah. It's
Thank
amazing.
you so much.
There's 1 million of them. I've helped probably over 500 people for sure make $1 million a year in network marketing, and all of their backgrounds are unique and different. I've helped over 10,000 people make 6 figures. All of their stories are unique and different. I don't know where you're at in your journey, but I will tell you, listen to me, please. I'm proud of you, but you're underperforming to your capabilities, and you know it.
Mhm.
You can do it. You know, if you get out of your head and get out of your own way, if you stop accepting the limiting beliefs, if you stop throwing out the excuses, if you stop blaming other things or other people for your lack of performance, if you just take charge, you're enough. One person making a decision is enough. Get a few, 2 or 3, you can take over the world. I mean, literally. So here's what I would tell you. Load the boat for August 26th. It's going to be crazy. I can help you, and I can help every single person on your team to recruit to their potential. Bring in more raw materials in addition to all the great customers that you're bringing in already. You have a great situation, great company, great leadership. So I hope I get to come over and see you, or you could come see me here in Vegas sometime soon. It's been too long since I've been over there, but if you get to Vegas and if you don't reach out to me, you're going to be on my shit list. I'm just telling you. Every single one of you. If you come to Vegas, you just got to let me know. Let me buy you something.
You're amazing. Eric, thank you so much for your time. We know it is extremely valuable, and we're so grateful. You've given us some great points today. I'm going to summarize it and mention a few to the team on Monday night. But thank you so much. Really appreciate it.
Do it.
We are signing up, all of us. We're going to bring our team.
I love it.
And
I love you all. Go crazy with it, okay?
Remember to mention us when you do the live. Mention that it's 2 a.m. in Australia.
I will. I'll give you a shout out. Awesome. I'm going to be looking for your bleary eyes and your pajamas up on the screen.
Awesome, Eric.
Right. Everybody, so have a great one, okay?
You guys.
I'm going to get back at it. Love you.
Okay. Thank you. Love you too. Bye.
Bye.